in society today, there's a lot of people that don't work out, and there's a lot of people that have catastrophic mental setbacks. Everybody wants a pill, but what if they just went and took a walk or went and lifted some weights for a minute? Would the world be a better place for that? I would like to think so.
I'd rather be sidelined trying to achieve greatness than watch greatness achieved and it only set on the sideline. Now introducing your host, Jacob Emery.
This episode of the Iron and Infrastructure Podcast is brought to you by Unlocking Greatness with Jacob Emery, a coaching community built for those ready to become the strongest version of themselves. Weekly calls, proven playbooks, and a community built to grow. Greatness is not given, it's unlocked. Join us today at jacobemery.com or DM coach at jacobemery44 on all social media platforms.
Problems in our life, and what happens when these problems arise? What is the thing that we do? You know, I used to think about mental strength and how you have to be mentally resilient to get through life, to have these things in life that we face not be so bad. And I had a pretty random kind of experience happen in the last maybe 2 or 3 months. And then I just had one happen again, very unique. My back is fucked up. I am like Mike Tyson in an interview in the early 90s, broken back, spinal. I can't even tell you what I did for certain. I know the only thing that I can tie it to is sitting in the sauna Saturday, 20 minutes, 180 degrees, which for those of you that sit in saunas or have sat in a sauna, that's pretty hot. Heart rate above 125 for probably 7 to 10 minutes of that. So it's not only hot, but it's a lot of like heart rate elevation, and it's the prime spot for sauna benefits. I live in Ohio, and for those of you with me, my brothers and sisters in Ohio, it's fucking cold out. It is like negative below asshole outside right now. It's better this week, but last week it was brutal. But Saturday was like -5 out. So I don't like to sit in the sauna and then not cool off before. I am already like a furnace by nature. Body temperature is always way high. So I like to cool off before doing anything normal, or I will sit there and sweat. Well, at -5 degrees, after 180 degrees, that's a pretty big transition. We still have 12 inches of snow on the ground, and I just went ahead after it got done in the sauna and went and grabbed a shovel, and part of my driveway need to clear off a little bit better, and it was about 6 inches of ice. So for 20 minutes, I was outside with no shirt on, with a pair of sweatpants on and gloves and boots, and that was it. And I was beating up ice on the driveway to get it cleared out, to cool off. And then my body started tingling. My skin started to feel like it had goosebumps on it, and I thought, oh shit, I'm probably getting frostbite right now because my body temperature is still elevated, but my skin's not. So I was quickly done after that. It felt fine though. And then the next day in the afternoon, I don't know what I did, if I tweaked something or something fell off and my back started hurting a little bit. By that time at night, I was damn near crawling to get around. And 2 days later, it's still not very good. So I didn't get a train Monday. I got up same time. I did dead hangs. I tried to do some training, and I physically was unable to get very far. For those of you that are not like, you might not find this funny, but it is fucking funny. So if you don't like it, then that's tough shit, I guess. But we call it a sex swing at the gym. But basically, we hang upside down from a pull-up bar, and we have a swing that comes down, and then we just put our feet up in the air, and we hang upside down like we're a bat. But we call it a sex swing just for humor. It releases your spine by holding onto your waist, and then your head and everything else just kind of fall down. It is supposed to like let your spine decompress. Really beneficial. And a lot of time if we're hunched down and our posture's bad and we've sat too long, it's amazing for that. So I did that. Well, I don't know that that was smart because I can tell you right now, it didn't make me feel much better. And after my training was done, I sat in the sauna again. I'm like, oh shit, something just don't feel right. And it got me thinking, I can't work out. And this has been a long time since I can't work out. And I was pissed off about that. So my problem is I can't physically move very well. And the thing that normally gets me out of a bad mood is my ability to physically move. I don't know about you guys. I have never slept in an extra hour and got out of a bad mood before. I've never been really shitty mood or have this big thing in life that a little bit of sleep in the morning got me out of it, where I slept in an extra hour or two and I was all good. But I can tell you what, I've had some pretty bad shit happen. I went to the gym a couple times and my life was pretty good walking out compared to walking in. So the debate is always a mental versus physical thing. Like which one is more important, which one comes first. And I got a perspective for you today that I want to see what everyone thinks about. But this is kind of my opinion. And knowing that you cannot problem solve your way out of overthinking something. If you are overthinking about a topic or something you're stressed about, you can't sit there and problem solve your way out of the thing that is the problem. I can't physically undo what I have going on right now because it's a physical ailment that I cannot go do anything with. Probably need a day or two rest, probably need to get a massage, get it worked out, I'll be fine. But it got me to thinking about which one comes first, mental or physical? And I don't know that there's one that's more superior than the other in general. But I think that the mind is downstream of the body physically because physical strength is kind of like the architect of our mental resilience. If we physically can't move, how are we able to overcome that mental like fatigue that we run into, the thing that holds us back? So in society today, there's a lot of people that don't work out, and there's a lot of people that have catastrophic mental setbacks. Everybody wants a pill, but what if they just went and took a walk or went and lifted some weights for a minute? Would the world be a better place for that? I would like to think so. So today, I want to go through a quick, call it a framework, call it whatever you want. I don't even know if I'm going to write anything down yet, but I just want to talk about it. And then I want to open it up for Q&A. We got some wins. I know we got some fucking wins because everybody's winning. Amber, you've been gone, so I know you got wins because you're always winning. And so after I tell my little story and go through my little rant, I want to get everyone's opinion on the mental and physical foundations of resilience. The conscious view is that we need to make people, especially in this younger generation, we need to make people mentally stronger. And everybody thinks that the generation today is kind of fatigued, right? Where they're just fragile. They're wore out, young, testosterone's at an all-time low at a young age. I had this issue myself. So I'm speaking on someone that's went through this. 24-year-old testosterone plummeted. I had hormones of a 13-year-old girl, and I know a lot of people that have experienced this thing. So fragile, we're fatigued, we have all these food issues. And when we think about someone that works out a lot, they're normally fairly decently happy people, right? So normally a lot of people that work out don't, they may be in a bad mood walking in, but you normally don't see a lot of it there. Now you got your dipshits everywhere, mental and physical, set up, like putting yourself out there. There's going to be people that obviously extremes everywhere. But when you physically exhaust your body, you're able to tame your mind. And the ability to tame your mind in a moment of overthinking or spiraling, the negative spiral loop that we all have, we see one thing that was not that big of a deal, and by the end of the day, our life is ruined. And a lot of times we often know what the reality is, but we can't break that cycle. We overthink, we try to analyze it, and then do we just have a paralysis by analysis trap where we just kind of overanalyze everything to the point that what wasn't really a problem became a pretty big problem. Physical capability is one thing. The ability to have physical capability and go do something physically really hard. It requires mental strength. I can promise you, I don't know too many people that have bench pressed 400 pounds, but Out of everyone that I know, myself included, you have to go to a very dark fucking place. When I go to that chalk bowl, I black out. I am a different person for that 3 minutes of going and putting chalk on my hands and going a bench of 400 pounds and getting up and letting all that, whatever it was, out. It goes dark. It's a special moment that I have, like with myself, that the whole world around me is obsolete. There is nothing on the planet that matters except for that bench press. Why is that though? If I miss, it could fucking kill me. I'm doing this, yes, recreationally, but 400 pounds is 400 pounds. I don't know if anyone's ever dropped 400 pounds on their chest before. I dropped 385 on my chest, and I can promise you that about 8 weeks, every time I took a breath, I was reminded of what the fuck I had done wrong. Never to be done again. But it takes a lot of mental strength to get under that bar to do that. So when we are feeling mentally weak, we instinctually think about the thing and try to overcome it. But what we don't do is actually get through it. We try to use logic to get out of a bad mood. A lot of time we already know the answer. I had a recent situation where it was really difficult for me. I know the fucking answer. I know physically. I will say it out loud. I know what the response should be. I know the answer. I can't undo it. What was my problem? My training was off. I wasn't applying myself physically. I wasn't letting that mental trap here be physically released. And I was attempting to fix the problem with the actual tool that was making it a malfunction for me, my brain. Because my body was holding on to it without a physical release that I needed. And my brain wasn't allowing it to go because I wasn't allowing it to go. Stop telling yourself one day. It isn't about one day, it's about day one. Today should be your day one. What you need isn't another day. What you need is clarity with the community to give you confidence to unlock your greatness. That's what the group coaching program is all about. Confidence, clarity, via commitment. Hit the show link in the notes. Let's start unlocking your greatness now, today.